Hello everybody, how are ya? Hopefully that worked. Hopefully you had sound and stuff. I don't know if it was dancing, and I don't know. I just don't know anymore when it comes to live feeds, people. I'm just confuzzed. I'm just so confuzzed. How is everybody? Live cam is good, sound is good. Howdy everybody. That's good. Thank you very much, Nick. Yes, you're all very welcome to, what day are we? We're Thursday, aren't we? Thursday night with the Templeboy Turner. That's me, Steve Twydale. Did that sound professional? Yes, so I should do some hellos. As usual, I have the lovely Leona in my luggo. Thank you very much, Leona. She's a wickle bit flustered because she was running around just like I was just before the show. I am not endorsed in any way by the product that I am currently supping on. So yes, this evening we're going to be trying to attempt to turn another art form. I made one the other night, didn't bring it in. Sorry, didn't bring it into the van to show it off, but I think you saw it last night if you're watching the Rob and Steve show. Let's say some hellos, shall we? If you're... Yes, please. Hi, Tommy, Rob, Joseph, and Sarah. Eva, Ian, Carol, and Richard. Ruben, Nick, Jeff, and Hodge. Donna, Mike, John. Billy, Mike, Steve. Neil, Robert, and Matthew. That's everybody for now. And if we missed anybody, it's not intentional. It happens sometimes. But hello to everybody. I just want to give a special thanks and a hello to Anna, Eva, Leona, Debbie, Maggie, Sarah, Carol, Steve, R, Wayne, Daniel, Ruben, Stacey, Brian, David, Steve, Joseph, Tom, Richard, Gav, Jeff, Robbo, Rob H, Rob S, Lenny, Jean, Japie, Leonard, Ian, Zed, and now Adam Banana. I have got to add Adam. Yes, thank you to all my banana members. You're all awesome for keeping me going and being able to continue. And hello to Niall. How are you, Niall? How's things? Oh, I don't know what I did there. Oh, I pushed a thingy. Didn't mean that. So you're all very welcome. I'm going to crack on. I'm going to put the old camera over to the lathe and show you what we are what are we doing? What we are doing. I'll go to this camera to start with. Ping. Hello, Stace. I missed a flame. I missed a banana. Did I? Hello, Stace, and any other bananas that. Yes. Goodness gracious me. Right. Here we go. This is a piece of yew that I have on the lathe. I'm just going to set the other camera just like so. You should be able to see that there up close and personal. It's a piece of yew. It's the other piece of that I cut the other art form off of. We're going to use this whole piece on this one. We're going to make more of a curved flared part of the hollow of the art form. It has got a crack here and a small one here too. I'm not too worried about it. If it starts to open up, I will deal with it, but I will be adding fire to this later, so I'm not going to panic too much. So I'm just going to literally just start off by shaping this, getting it round, because it is a little bit off where it's moved since I've last turned it. Have a tenon on it, going to tidy it up, and then we're going to start turning it into the shape that I kind of have an idea. It's going to be a bit different from the last one I did, and we're just going to use my bowl gouge. Tool rest is too high, and we're just going to true this up and start playing, if that's all right with everybody. If you have any questions, stick the word the letters QQQ at the front in big capital letters. Even do the question in capital letters if you want. Leona will hold it and she will let me know, or she'll just shout it in my ear as we're going along, and I'll try to answer. If it's a question that Leona can answer herself without asking me, then she'll go ahead and do it. That's okay. Thank you very much. Let's do this. A little bit wibbly wobbly, but we'll tidy it up. Hi Gav and Steve C. Thanks for joining. Just truing up the edge of this just to try and make it a little bit truer. Obviously, if I'm truing up the edge of it. Just like that. It wasn't too far out. Come at it from the other side as well. Oh, there's music in my ear. There we go. So I've just tidied up the edge a little bit. Have a look at that crack now and see if it's any more worrying than it was. Lovely piece of yew, this. All right, so now all I'm going to do is I'm going to start cupping this out and hollowing it out, just kind of like a bowl. Only we're going to make a funnel out of this on purpose. Kind of. And I'm also going to burn it. Leona's not too happy about that, but we won't talk about that. Honest, it will look okay when we're done. I hope so anyway, if it's anything like the last one. So again, just getting my gouge so it's on centre when it's cutting. I'm just going to start shaping the inside of this. Let me change this camera so you can see what I'm at here. Let's lift it up a little bit. Hello Hodge, just in case we didn't say hello to Hodge. And hello Anne-Marie. I'm just going to clean that up. So now we're just going to, I'm going to start off and I'll put a little bit more speed on this. This has got a bit of a funny shape where I cut the other piece off, so I just want to address that. I'm going to try and get rid of that. A bit more speed, I think. Okay. Who's that? Sorry, I missed that. Sodor. Hello, you're very welcome. This is, it's an end grain piece, but I think it might have been a bit of a crotch or something. There's all sorts of things going on in this piece of wood. Was that Mike that asked that? But there's all different kind of grains and things happening in it. So it is a little bit of a harder turn than a usual piece of wood, but I don't know, we'll get through it. Oh, Sally. Okay. Hi, Sally. So many names, it's hard to remember everybody. We don't miss people on purpose. It's just a matter of me having a really bad memory. I have added all the names, all the banana members, by the way. I thought I updated that list, to be honest with you, on the front, but I've added everybody in the description below, so their names are there. They're all the banana members. Some have YouTube channels, some don't, or active YouTube channels. Everyone has a YouTube channel, obviously, but some of them have active channels and some don't. All right, so now I've got rid of that weird odd bit at the side there. Let's start doing a little bit of hollowing on this. I'll go higher. I don't know why my tool rest. I'm just not happy with my tool rest this evening. Oh, there we go. Hi, Chris and Etty. Hi, Debbie. So I want to kind of try and get a dome shape, a deep dome shape in this if I can. Now the cracks in it are going to determine whether that's going to be possible. And eventually we'll be hopefully going with quite a thin wall. I want to leave a little bit of a thickness here. I don't want to come right to the edge. It's a good picture. Did you say? Oh, that's good. Yeah, I actually updated the drivers for the cameras because I was having issues with a Zoom call. today, and I looked up what the issue might be, and they said just check that your drivers are up to date on the cameras. So I don't know if that's improved them, but it did for the Zoom call anyway. Alright, so we're starting to get the cupped out domed shape. Again, you can see the grain there, it's all over the place, but it's really pretty. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to be working on this piece while it's orientated like this in the chuck. I'm going to be doming it back this way and getting rid of the bulk of the material. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill a hole right through the center, and we're going to spin it round, and we're going to put it in between centers again, but round the other way. But we're going to use some 60-degree live and drives just to hold it and shape it, because that's kind of the only way really that I can do the way I'm going to be doing it. It'll all be explained later on. I want to still go just a little bit deeper than that. I just want to see how deep I am with my guessometer. Yeah, I can go some more. Any questions? Trying to get a nice steady curve as I come into this. Debbie, I am hopefully going to make an art form. I don't know if anybody is familiar, most people would be, I'd say, that are in the wood turning world, are familiar with Cindy Drozda, so I always say that wrong, but she is very well known for her art forms, and she has some very nice finials and flared art forms. She does a lot of colouring. Now, I've not delved into the, I've delved into it a little bit, but I've not really delved into colouring much. I kind of like the natural look of the wood, but I will do my own version by using fire and scorching and all that jazz. Richard, that is absolutely fantastic news. I'm so delighted. I'd say it's been scary times. I'm glad he's on the mend. I'm glad he managed to get the vaccine. I'm going back to work on Thursday. I work in a school, for those that don't know, in a special needs school, so I am a special needs assistant in my day job. And I'm going back to school on Thursday. Now, it's only 50% capacity children are going to be in there. But they've also said that we have been bumped to the top 30% of people to get vaccinated. So I'll be getting mine earlier than most because I will be a essential worker. So hopefully that goes well and I don't turn into the Tasmanian devil or something. Okay, that idea didn't work, Steve. Where's your... Oh, there it is. That's what I was looking for. All right. I think I'm gonna leave it there. That's about where I want to be. I think I've got quite a nice dome in there. It's just a little nubbity nub in the center there. I just want to clean up. Not that it really matters, because we will, like I said, we'll be drilling a hole there. But I also want to put just a little dent in the center for my drill to pick up on. Just like that. That's it. All right, we'll sand that in a second. It's quite a good cut on. It's quite smooth as it is. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my tool rest round, and I'm going to start taking some of the meat away the other side on the back edge and trying to follow the same shape. I'm just wondering. Hi Doug, how are you? Yeah, I am happy with that. I just wondering, did I go deep enough? But I just wanted to leave enough to be able to have a bit of a play with it. So that's good. So as I said, I'm going to start taking away the back part of it here now. We'll change the camera angle now so you can see that taking shape at the back. Again, I'm too high. I don't know why I keep changing the height of that. I'm a bit of a doofus in that graph. It's amazing how just a small adjustment of the tool rest can allow the tool to cut a lot better. I'm just taking this way gently to start with, because we have got that crack, and I just want to make sure that they're going to hold together. Hi Wayne and Val. Very welcome. I'm sorry. Niles from Dundalk. I am in Sligo. Niall. Leona is in Meath. I'm just going to touch up my gouge there, folks. Bear with me. See you, Effie. Thanks very much. That's better. When you think your tool's dull, it normally is. Which Wayne? Oh, Brian. Hi, Brian. I'm kind of deaf, I really am. How are you, Brian? Thanks for joining. Those that just joined, we are turning some kind of art piece, whatever it decides to be. I have a general idea in my mind. Now obviously I have to be very careful coming around the back here. Don't want the tool to slip and hit the chuck. That would not be good. So I'm going to slowly start doing now is I'm going to work on this top edge and find my thickness and the line that I want to work on. And then I'll work my way round. But like I said, I want this to be really quite thin. Hi Mark. Very welcome. Now again, once I've got my outside shape, I can go back to the inside and work on the inside. So I'm not putting as much pressure on the side of the piece. I'll be pushing towards the center and in towards the chuck. So I might do that. I'm still going to take a little bit more off of this. I suppose I'm about 5 or 6 mil there at the moment. Also check my crack for the crack. See that nice shiny cut on there? You can't on the camera, but getting a nice clean cut with the gouge there. So I have a crack here. It's holding together. That one there isn't too bad. We can deal, like I say, we can deal with that if and when the time comes that we need to. I don't want to put CA into it at the moment because I will be using fire, and CA goes kaboom with fire. Don't ask. Hi Chris, hi Duck. Don't ask me how I know that CA is highly flammable. Hi Keith. Okay, so we've got the rim down to quite a nice thickness there. We're going to start working on the rest of it. Excuse me. Have a drink of Coca-Cola. And again, we're going to work down slowly finding our shape. Now there's a piece just flew off there. I'd say the crack just gave out. It did. There you go. See? Can never trust the cracks. But the piece is over here, so I might be able to fix it. Hold on. Just climb under here and grab it. Got it. There it is. So I'm going to attempt to glue that back on because it is quite a good break. Where is my glue? Oh, here it is. Cut. Bear with, folks. The joys of Ireland and wood, the way it dries out and cracks and does all sorts of interesting things. It's kind of another reason why I am going to be scorching this. All right. See if we can get this to go back where it's supposed to. Lucky enough, we've still got a little bit of thickness on there, so we can clean up if it's not quite where it goes, but it is though, I think. Go. Scorching can soften the glue, yes, you're absolutely right. But if it does, I can just dribble a little bit more into it. The last one I did, I had a similar issue as this, and I still scorched it, it was fine. That has got that, I believe. Just going to give it a last little with the activator just to make sure. There is cracks, but it's mainly grain that you're seeing. That was the main part that cracked. I didn't actually see this one that just broke. I saw this one across here, and then there was a smaller one further up that we've turned away, but this must have just snuck up on me not seeing it. That's why it's important to keep stopping and checking, I guess. But anyway, that has got that now, hopefully. We can keep going. Let's see if we can tidy that up while it's healing. Continue with the cut that we were on. I just won't go as aggressive this time, take it a little bit at a time. I suppose that's the good thing about doing an art piece, is that if something happens, you've got scope to change your design slightly. That I'm following the same line. Yeah, that's pretty good, just following the contour that I have inside. Just going to bring my tool rest around so that I can get closer into it. Hi Daniel and who? Sorry. Klops Klops. Hello Klops Klops. You're very welcome. good few new people in. It's great to have a few new people in the chat. You're all very welcome. If you're not subscribed, I'd appreciate if you subscribe. I do a live every Thursday evening at 9:30 GMT. So if you want to join, always doing something or learning something together. Okay, but just be careful that I am following the same shape around. Sima is how are you in Polish? Very good. Sima. I'm very good, thank you. I hope you're well too. Okay, we've got a nice thin wall there. I'm going to clean up as much of this waste stuff at the back here as possible before I turn it round. Are there any woods to avoid doing this? And that was Mike that asked that, was it? Honest truth, Mike, I don't know, because I'm fairly new to this form of turning myself. The fact that I'm going to be burning it, I've found that you gets a really nice scorch on it. You can really scorch it well. So I suppose if you're going to be doing any kind of artwork on stuff, you want a wood that can take either color or can be scorched or can be embellished in some way. But me being me, I'd try any wood, to be honest with you. All right, so I've got most of that down to quite a nice thin form there. There is room on the front lip here just to thin it up and just tidy up where I put that glue mark. I'm not too worried about that little bump there. I might just try and get that now with a pull cut, just to tidy that little. Just like that. That got it. So I'm pretty happy with that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put my tailstock back in. And I'm going to put... yeah, not all goblets all the time. I can't remember the last goblet I did. I was actually thinking, I actually mentioned in a live the other day, I'm going to do another dragon style goblet. I think I really enjoyed doing that. So, but that won't be on the lives and things. It takes way too long to do. Be kind of a bit at a time. So all I'm going to do now is I'm drilling a hole through the center. I suppose the next thing is, what size drill bit are you using, Steve? No idea. I will tell you though. It's a 10mm drill bit. That's what, just over a quarter, 3/8 is it? I don't know in old money. So I'm just going to drill a hole right through the center of this. That's all I'm going to do. So not that fast though. And because I put that little divot inside when I was hollowing it, my drill bit didn't wander and it went straight into the center. Okay, that's right through now. And the reason why I'm putting the hole through is obviously because I'm going to be having a base fitted to it, and I'm going to be putting a finial coming out the top of it as well. So they'll all fit through that hole. So now I have that done, I'm going to take my tailstock away again, and I'm just going to clean up the inside, just where I glued that bit that broke off. There's just a slight trace of glue in there. Just going to do a slight skim and just get this front edge a little bit thinner, and then I'll be good with that. A little bit. Now I am leaning over a bit with my tool here. It's not good practice, but because I'm in a small van with not much room to maneuver, it's my only choice, unfortunately. Ideally, you would want to be around there and have the tool into your body. There we go. That's nice. That just got that how I wanted it. Perfect. Nice wee cut there, and it just tidied up where the glue was on that crack. And you'd hardly know that that was there now until I put fire on it, and then it'll probably show up. Okay, so I'm going to add a little. Am I going to? Yeah, I'm just going to dribble a little bit of thin glue into this crack here before I sand. If I've got any thin glue left in this bottle. No. Well, isn't that just super? Got any up here? Nope. $44 watching. Well, thank you very much, everybody, for joining. Right, I'm just going to put some of this slightly thicker stuff in here. Just rub it into the crack. And I'm applying it on the outside because that's where I'm going to be burning. I'll be about to burn off any residue, and I'm just flexing it so that I can push the glue into the crack using the shavings just to get it in there. There we go. Just hit it with a bit of activator. There we go, that got it. Good enough for now anyway. Right, we're going to do a little bit of sanding on the inside. Just get that up. It doesn't need a lot. I'm going to start with 120 and see how that looks. We had a nice sharp tool in there, so it was a nice finish we got on the finishing cut. There's a little tiny bit of tear out, but not too much. I do love that can of activator spray. I like the smell of it too. What? Hi, Rubadub. just going to put my hoover on and just hold it here while I'm sanding, just because this stuff can be a bit nasty, the small stuff. Now the reason why I've turned it thin is because I want the wood to warp when I heat it up and hopefully move a little bit. It might not do at all what I want it to do, but I will be setting fire to the edges of it and making it look a little bit more uglier, but beautiful at the same time, hopefully. And I'll be doing all that while Leona's crying her eyes out, watching this lovely piece of yew being burnt. So I'm not scorching the inside at all, that's why I'm sanding this. Is Hodge? Yeah, Hodge is in the chat. Yeah, Hodge, you missed the Rob and Steve show last night, and I put a fun fact on there, especially for you and Harry. Did you know that beaver goo that is harvested from the bottoms? I don't want to be too crude because, you know, there are people out there that might not know my sense of humour. That's harvested from the bottoms of beavers, or beaver, I don't know what the plural for beavers is, but yes, and then it's used to add to vanilla extract to put flavour into food. Did you know that? But you didn't. There we go. Let's sanded that to 120. Ah, he's heard about it. Oh, good. I bet he has, yeah. First hand from Harry. Hi, Adam. You're very welcome. So we've gone from 120 straight to 220, and we're going to just see how that looks. I found the other day when I was sanding this that it sounds really easy, this yew. Even if you've got some little marks in it and stuff, it comes out really easy. Did you find that, Leona? Just, if in doubt, just say yes. Yeah, I can't hear you. Yeah, I can hear you now. I'm a bit quiet. For those of you that are new to the show, I have a young lady called Leona, and she is feeding the information of the chat into my ear so that I don't have to keep an eye on the chat all the time, and I can just do my thing. That's just your rude sense of thinking. Is that Debbie that says that, would it? Oh, Daniel. Oh, sorry, Debbie. I've blamed Debbie again. I'm so sorry. Oh my God, I think I blamed Debbie for something before as well. Poor Debbie gets. Leave my hose alone. Hello, Chris. There we go. That's I'm happy with that. There was just a little mark there, but I got it. I think it's a bit of torn grain. Like I say, I think I got it there. Because the grain goes in all sorts of different directions here. Oh, did I move? Yes. I pushed on my broken bit too hard. It's alright, let's fix it again. I love fixing things in this show. Is Dave Mclernon in the chat, is he? Oh, who are we going to blame then? Second attempt at sticking that piece in there. That was my own clumsy fault. I leant on it too hard when I was sanding. Look, Eva, I've got the spray again. Support the back this time. I'll sand off the glue. Got quite a good joint on that. I was lucky that time. I got a nice smooth joint. It's not overlapping, so that's okay. Good night, Ruben. Thanks a million for watching. I think it's probably midnight over there, is it? There we go. I've got that. All right, we'll do a bit of sand and sealer on the inside. I'm not too worried about the outside at the moment. We're going to be turning that round and having a play with that in a second. But the inside, we'll put some sand and sealer in there. Give it a wipe first with some meths. And put some sand and sealer in, and then we'll use some abrasive paste. And that's all I'm going to do, because I'm going to be using I'll be using an oil finish on this, because the scorch looks really nice when you add oil into it. And the methylated spirits just cleans out the pores of the wood. It also helps to raise the grain a little bit. I'm going to put some cellulose chestnut sanding sealer in there. Cellulose is spirit based and it dries a lot quicker. That was a lovely piece of wood. Leona let me down there. I was waiting for her to say, yeah, it'd be a shame to burn it. Okay. Busy lady. There we go. So that will, let me turn that hoover off now. Whining in the background. Now that dries pretty quickly, that stuff. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit for you folks, just to... go. I'm going to support the back. I'm not going to push too hard at this so I don't break the joint again that I glued. Speed. How did Emma's sphere turn out? Does anybody know? I didn't quite get the chance to watch the end because I had to set up my own live. I will watch it back. Oh, I won't. Oh, will I? Do they keep it up? They do, I think. Yeah. I'll go back and watch. But it turned out nice. It was looking well when I left. I think she just turned off the nubbity nubs. There we go. Hi Scott, how are you? Hope you're well. Hi Di, how are you? Thanks for joining, guys. Di just got dizzy, yeah. Is that because of what was happening in the Zoom meeting, or was it just because of your health, Di? Are your blood sugar's low? Okay, that's clean now. Towel's clean, so it means that the abrasive paste has done its job. That should look pretty. It does. It's a lovely piece of wood. Very nice. Very pretty on the inside. All right, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to bring the tailstock back up. We're going to take the piece out of the chuck. There you go. It's quite a pretty piece of wood. And we're going to take the chuck off. I'm going to put a live drive center in there, live and drive, and they are the pointy ones. There you go, just like that. That's the drive. That's the drive. That's the live. And we're just going to pop the bowl, as it looks like at the moment, in between centers. And what these points will do is they should center it up enough for what I want anyway. And then I can turn the rest of the back, and I can put a small detail on the back as well where I want it. Change cameras for you so you can see. Now if it goes off just slightly, I'm really not worried. Hi Banana Dude. How are ya? Now that's pretty good. I'm just putting enough pressure on that it's got it. And that I can work on the back of this. If it slips a bit, I can just tighten it up again. I'll put my smaller tool rest in, and I'm going to get up as close as I can with it. And we're going to start shaping the back of this. Now, I want to put a small detail on the top of this. So I want to leave the top just a small bit thicker than the rest of it. Not too much, but just a small bit. I'll make sure that I'm... Sorry, go ahead. Reply about Magnolia. It could be for me, but I've got such a rubbish memory that... Right, I'm just going to touch up my gouge again because I'm working with such thin wood here, and I'm working between centres. I want my tool to be as sharp as possible. I want the tool to do the work. I don't want to be pushing into it at all. Now I might go from the bowl gouge to the spindle gouge in a second, just because it can get in there a little bit tighter. Let's see how that's looking. That's okay, that's good enough for how I want it. I'm going to try taking some of this off the back. Now it will stop and stall sometimes, and I might have to just tighten it up. That's just because we're between centres and we're relying more on like a friction hold than... Again, that's why I want a sharp tool. Now I'm not sure how Cindy does these. I've not seen Cindy do hers. This is just how I kind of worked it out to be the easiest way for me the other day when I was doing mine. Speed. Yes, Rob. Change your name to Rob Summerlin, and then on your videos for the first few videos, add the Rob Summerlin to the video. And hello, Rob. Did I already say hello to Rob? So I'm just catching up and continuing around now with where I started to thin this. And like I say, I'm leaving the top just a little bit thicker, and you'll see why in a second. And I'm just going to try and start getting rid of some of this waste now that was the tenon. Hi James. Did you say hi Jason? Hi Jason, very welcome. So I'm just constantly aware of my thickness. And also the other thing that I have to be aware of now is the fact that I have a hole through the center of it. And I don't want to go too thin on the spindle that's left, because that could break away. Now it's starting to flex a little bit, but I think as I'm taking away the excess wood at the back, it's actually, because it's so thin, it's starting to warp slightly. I don't mind about that. I don't mind at all. I've got the inside turned and cleaned up and polished how I want it, ready for some oil. So it can move is what I'm saying, and I'm really not worried about the fact that it is going to move, because when I start adding heat, it's going to move anyway. I just want it to kind of stay roughly centered until I get rid of this nub on the top, but also to try and put the detail that I want to put in it. Now I'm going to turn that off and just get my fingers in there and check my thickness at the top there. Yeah, I've got plenty there to play with. Now, I'm sure there's other ways of doing this, probably with glue block or a jam chuck or some way of doing it. But this is just the way that I find works for me. I'm going to bring this knob down to as small as I dare now, all the way down. Start cutting down the edge of the knob all the way down. So now I'm kind of forming a tube, which will eventually be broken off or cut away in a second. I want to get it down to as small as roughly my finial will be that goes on the top, because that's where my details are going to be going up to. Just got a wee catch there, but the good thing about it being between centres is it's stopped. Which Rob? Which sticker? Oh, his own sticker. Rob, where have you been? You're not in my workshop, man. Your sticker's in my workshop. You can send me one. You can send us all one, Rob. Leona wants one as well, she said. Leona's sticker is only on the lathe there because Leona put it there when she gave me the lathe. Or it was there when... it was there when she was using the lathe, and it's still there from when she gave me the lathe. It's her old sticker and her old lathe. Okay. So there's this final cut here that I want to try and get. Do you know what? I'm going to use my spindle gouge to try and get this one. Because it's just slightly off. Okay. Like I say, the spindle gouge you can get right in there. It's just nicer to control. There's a little bump there, but like I say, I'm not super worried about it because I'm going to be burning it. Yeah, it is a bit boob-like at the moment. Be even more like a boob in a second when I put the detail onto it that I'm going to. I just want to make sure that I've got a nice cut on the top here for when I put my detail on, because I'm not going to be burning the whole thing. I want like a little disc on the top that isn't burnt. All right, let's add that piece in now. So I have left it a little bit thicker here so that I can come in with a cut. Okay. Right, that's good. Sorry. Bye-bye, Zosia. Thank you very much for joining. It's great to have you in the chat. All right, so that's, yeah, that's what I said. It is going to look like a boob. There's no avoiding it, but we're going to change that when we start burning it. Yeah, I'm not going to ask. All right, so I've got the thickness there that I like. I've actually got enough thickness there to go a bit deeper than I have there to try and get this shape to follow in. Nice light cuts on this because, like I said, we're between centres. It's nice. Hi, Ben. A man dude. Yeah, if that's the case, hopefully there'll be a lot of people's stickers on it if Maker Central ever happens, because this will be the lathe that will be going, and the little Axminster that I have as well. It was kindly donated by Wayne Clasper. All right, so I'm happy with that. That's the only bit I need to be smooth and finished in the center there. So now I'm going to leave it like that. I'm leaving that nub there. And what I'm going to start doing now is, I'm not worried about this. I'm going to just rub the sandpaper over it just to kind of do a bit of blending. And then we're going to get the fire on it. Just going to run 100 grit over it. And then we'll get the fire. Before we do that, we will be hoovering up a little bit. Because I am in a very highly flammable caravan van. I can burn that wood, and I will burn that wood. Watch, Eva. Leona Fay, your child. It's been a while since I have touched one, to be honest with you, so I shall make the most of it. Who asked that? Yes, I do. And if you don't watch yourself, I'll get my brother and sister to come and have a go at you. Right. And my cousin. Right. Let's get fire to it, shall we? First of all, let's have a clean up. Hi, Zed. Zed, I missed your premiere the other day, dude. Sorry, man. Just stupid busy with stuff and life, and I watched it afterwards, but it's not the same as joining in with the chat and all that. So hard to keep up with it all. Right, I'm just gonna hoover up. Thank you very much for everybody that has joined. So we're going to just tidy this up a little bit, because obviously if we've got fire, we don't want the fire to go anywhere other than where we want it to go, because I'm not a fireman. I do have a fire extinguisher up on the wall. And my bladder is quite full, just in case we are really stuck for something to put it out. I've also got a can of soft drink that I am not in any way associated to or supported by, that I could tip on said fire should it take over the workshop. But it's not going to, folks. We're going to think positively, aren't we? And it's not a big blowtorch that I'll be using. It's only a little pencil torch. Now, a lot cellulose. Why don't I believe them? Why do I think that people want to watch me go up in flames? Right, that'll do. All I've got to do now is I just so happen to have the blowtorch in my pocket. I'll charge up. Yeah, it was a blowtorch in my pocket. I wasn't pleased to see anybody. See this bottle of cellulose sanding sealer that has that big fire sign. Oh, wrong camera. Big fire sign on the back there. See, you're all just trying to kill me. That's why it's just Woodturner. Wow, that's just lovely. That is. Okay. All right, Di. Thanks a million. See ya. If you're not feeling too well, I hope you get better. Oh look, I missed some shavings just there. That could have been a bit of a yes. Right, we're good. All right, so this is just let me change cameras so you can watch what's happening. So this is just like a little pencil blowtorch. It's really easily controlled. It does flare sometimes, so you have to be careful, especially as I've just refilled it. But that's easy controlled as long as you keep it upright. Let the liquid go to the bottom and the gases burn off. It'll be fine. The reason why these little torches flare is because when you put them on the side, the liquid flows to the nozzle and it sends vapor out the nozzle. That's why it flares. So just a nice little pencil flame, and I'm just going to apply heat. See, there's your flare. because I've tipped it sideways. The vapors will burn off, hopefully. There you go. Come on now. Come on now, sort yourself out. You can see the vapors coming out and burning. It looks a lot worse than it is. Yours doesn't do that. Yeah, yours must be really special. There we go. Right, so it does flare for a little while. I've just filled it up, and I'm just going to add, just scorch and move around. And I'm not worried about whether it cracks or whether it warps or anything. And this is just one of a few times that we're going to do it. We're going to give it a good deep burn. And I'm only going as far as where I turn that little areola at the top. So I want to burn it black, obviously. There's a crack there that will probably open up. It will start making all sorts of scary cracky noises, maybe. It might not, but I'm not worried. Dark. He's one of those that's into all sorts of weird stuff. He's our dark. Dark by name, dark by nature. Now, the reason why I'm doing this, people are probably wondering, why are you burning that lovely piece of yew? It's got beautiful grain and all that. What happens is I burn this and then I wire brush it, and then I burn it again and then I wire brush it. And what happens is it pulls the softer grain out and it gives it a texture. Now, it smells like burnt wood without being facetious. Okay, so now we're getting to where I've glued it. So I'm going to concentrate on putting the heat more on the wood. Keep it away from the joint for now. Burn the actual piece that broke off. Now, if that breaks off, do you know what? I'm probably not going to be too worried about it. It might just add to it. I will just make it a feature in the finished piece. So like I say, I'm not super worried about it. As I said, it's the joy of an art form. It changes as you go along. Good night, Debbie. Thank you very much for joining. You stay safe too. And there you go. You can see it's starting to open up there. There's a crack that's open there. That will be cool looking. It's warping. I can hear it cracking and ticking and making all sorts of sounds. I like that. I don't want, yeah, you can squirt water on it if you don't want it to warp and crack, but I do want it to. So I'm putting as much heat into it as I can. And what happens is it gets to a point where it won't move anymore anyway. You can hear it cracking. See, there's cracks appearing in it. It doesn't actually have any different kind of smell. It's not a pungent smell. It literally is, without sounding like I'm being smart, it's just literally a smell of burnt wood. It doesn't have any particular odor that's any different to normal burning wood. So now I'm going to let the flame go out on my torch, and then I'm going to recharge it. It's recharged with lighter fuel gas, but you do have to make sure it's gone out, because I did actually tip this up once on a live, and I charged this and the thing hadn't gone out, and the whole thing went poof into my hand. Now it was just a vapor that caught fire, but it looked as if I had quite seriously hurt myself. Okay, so I'm just going to go over it again now. An unusual piece. A eulogy. Very good. Keep them coming. Good night, Gav. We love you too. So this is getting darker again now, and I'm literally trying to get rid of the idea of this second pass. Is I'm getting rid of any of the color of the hue again, any brown. Now what will start happening is it will start igniting. At the moment there's enough oils and moisture in it to stop the wood from actually igniting, but now that it's totally drying out and it's getting to the point of combustion, and you'll see the gases coming off of it are no longer vapor, they're no longer like a steam, they're a gas vapor, and it starts igniting. Do you know what? I could have swore I saw dark outside my window the other night when I closed the curtains. So after I've done this pass, now this is a bit slower with one of these torches. I mean, you could get a big, I've got the big blow. See that's igniting now at the side. You can use one of the big blow torches, but that could put heat in way too quick, I find. And the thing can just separate right in half. So yeah. All right, so we've got cracks and we've got a burnt boob, yes. So turn the torch off, wait for it to go out. Oh, if you knew the things that Leona Fay was saying in my ear regarding this boob. Right, I'm gonna put that down over there. I'm gonna get my little steel brush, just a tiny little diddy steel brush, but it's ideal for this. Now I have got to be careful where my original crack is. Oh God. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to hold it while I do it, but I'm going to just clean out all the soot from the grain, and I'm going to try and go in the direction of any grain. Not going to push too hard because, like I said, we are quite thin. Now, you don't get too good of effect with your first brush in because the burn hasn't gone in too deep. Now, we've got a lot of warping and cracking here where the piece broke off, because obviously the stress wasn't. There's my crack right there. I didn't point anywhere. I pointed to the bowl. Don't worry, you're not going to see anything in a few seconds. I wouldn't be so bold. Good one, Zed. Oh, that's got to be the pun of the night. I think Zed wins it. And it smells. Yeah, it's got a crack. It's got a different colour centre. And it smells. Oh dear. All right, let's clean that out. Now, not too effective at the moment, apart from the cracks that are in it, but that's fine. Let's hit it again with a blowtorch. Now this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually let the edges here, around the edge, I'm going to let them actually catch fire and burn for a little while, because that gives it a kind of a burnt edge that looks kind of cool. If my blowtorch will light again, yeah, it will. Now if it catches fire this time, I'm going to let it burn for a little while. Always keeping an eye on it, obviously, that it doesn't get into an inferno that I can't control. Yeah, I mean that's a technique that Max Brozzi uses. Is he? Well, actually, he doesn't. Well, he burns some of them, but he also sandblasts the grain on a lot of oak, and then he bleaches it, and it is a really nice effect. Yeah, it's supposed to be on fire dark. Don't worry. Yeah, my workshop is lovely and toasty warm now for some reason. I don't know why. Universal jokes. Universal. And I'm in my Universal studio. Burn, baby, burn. Now, what you can do, if it catches fire and you're worried and it's really, really burning and you don't know how to put it out, you can just turn your lathe on and it'll blow it out. I found that out. It could fan it and end up with just a big fiery ball on your lathe, but it looks cool. It'll be a cool sight for the last time you saw your workshop. I'll do that for you in a second. So I'm burning the edges, and what that does is it chars the edge, the very edges, and then when you wire brush it, there you go. I can hear Leona typing frantically in panic. Please, please, nobody do this. Please don't do this. Yes, I will add the warning that please be responsible with your fire. Now, as I said, pieces like this are to a certain taste. Some people just won't like the look of something like this. My wife, for instance, the last one I took in, she said it just looks like a burnt mushroom. So, you know, so now she's really going to go to town with the burnt boob, isn't she? Oh, refuse. So I'll show you the edge of this in a second. Can you just give us an idea on the time, Leona? Okay. Now I'm tempted to break away the piece that I glued back on. I'm going to leave it for now, but I'm not sure if I like the way it's curled. The rest of it's kind of looking cool, and I think if I pulled it off and then just scorched the edge where it's broken, I think it'll give a nice look. Oh, oh, Hodge has it. Hodge is winning. Sorry, Zed. Hodge got you on that one. That's all right. Now I'm starting to get the texture that I wanted. You can feel the grain, the bumps and lumps of the grain, which is exactly what I wanted. Now that's just broke off that piece anyway that I was trying to decide where I was going to take it off. I don't mind. I think the way that this is warped and twisted, I don't mind. I think it's added to it, to be honest with you. So, yay. I will now scorch that the next round I give it with the torch. I will scorch that edge that was glued. And I hope you're writing these down, Leona, because I'm going to use them all in future. Oh, I tell you, you've got Leona chuckling here anyway, so that's a good thing. All right, so this is looking cool. All right, I'm going to give it another blast. The University of Burning. I tell you what, they're on fire tonight, aren't they? So I'm just going to burn this glue off, just like this. No, I'm still here. I'm just trying to put the piece out. It's all right. Don't worry, don't panic. It's okay. Everything's fine. No, no, the ceiling's not black. No, it's actually, it's not. I've got the skylight open. YouTube. And as I said, it stopped making that cracking and pinking sound that you get of wood moving. It's completely dried out now, obviously, and you can do this as much or as little as you want. I just found that really burning into it really does bring out that grain. Yeah, that's true, zombie. So this is going to be the final burn. All right, Brian, thanks very much for watching. You are amazing. Okay, that's all the burny that I'm going to do. Still got a little bit of smouldering going on. Wait for my torch to go out. Believe it or not, it's yew wood. So there's two reasons why I'm doing this edge first. Number one, it's still on fire. Now don't start giving out to me now. Wow, this is really warm for some reason. I'm going to get a cloth and hold it inside here because it's burning my fingers. This piece here, you'll see me pointing to it in about 10 minutes. This piece here, yeah, I'm going to burn that next. Yeah. Leona is regretting sending me this wood. Oh, I think we got a new winner. A tissue. Oh dear. I'm going to change this. I'm going to change the thumbnail on this to it's not unusual or something like that. The pun live. Actually, we could put some music on. We can listen to the Eurythmics. I am just going to oil it, wooddude, and you'll be surprised how shiny it comes on. I'm going to put sanding sealer into it. I'm going to clean it up first with some myths, and then I'm going to put some sanding sealer into it. Now I have all the textures now of the grain in that. So now I'm going to clean that up with some myths, and this is where we hope that all the cinders are out. Oh dear. You make me feel like a natural booby. Ah. So this is just cleaning off the soot, or as much as I can. Oh goodness. Oh, here comes all the songs now. I want to make it with you. You make me feel like dancing. I want to dance the night away. Now you just keep cleaning this until your tissue is nice and clean, and you've got rid of all the soot. Now this. I wanna sex you up. Yes, you too. There we go. Tissue's nice. Tissue is nice and clean. I've got rid of the soot. So we'll just let that evaporate off. When that's evaporated, I'm going to put some sanding sealer in there, and I'm then going to just clean up the top part that is the natural U, just where it's been scorched, just slightly. I'm going to get in there with the gouge, just clean off the surface, and then we'll sand that as much as we can, and we'll turn the nubbity knob off. Then we'll actually put a bit of oil on as well. UB. Brilliant. All right, we're going to put some sanding sealer in there now. What the sanding sealer does, now it's what I found anyway. Like I said, I've done all this by experimenting. It seals obviously the burned sections of it, and any last little bit of soot that might be in the grain. There isn't any much anyway. It didn't come out. Actually gets sealed in there. Oh wow, that looks nice with the. I don't have a wood turning uniform. No, I don't. Well, I have a crown smock, yes, but I, let's just put it this way. I won't be wearing it until it's had several good washes. I'm not going to go into any more detail than that. There we go. There's sanding sealer on that. You probably see that that's already starting to look pretty cool. I will show you it up close to the camera when we've finished it. I'm just going to put that in the metal bin over there. Important to put any cloths that you've used chemicals on or oils into a metal bin. I always take that out when I'm done as well with me and damp it down. I think I put some water in the bottom of it. Yeah, I did. All right, just going to take a drink while that's drying off. Okay, so now get the tool rest back in there. In as close as I can. And we're just going to use the spindle gouge just to clean up that top piece. Just shave off any slight scorch marks. I want that to be the natural hue on the top. Quite good speed on it. No such things as unicorns. My granddaughter is actually besotted by unicorns. And do you know what my mum went and done? Wasn't even thinking. Turned round one day, not so long ago, and she was, I don't know if she's angry or stressed or what, she said, "There's no such thing as unicorns!" And broke her heart. So now I'm trying to think of a way that I can stick a horn on the top of a horse and take her to see it. I don't know. Her other granddad has horses, and she loves the horses. So this is just making that transition nice and crisp again, where the scorching has just kind of overlapped. Okay, I think I've got it. Yeah, the rest I'll get with sanding, but that's got a nice crisp cut around the top of there now. I'm just going to take the nubbity nub down a little bit more actually, and then I can get my sanding in there. Just so I can get the sandpaper right into the corner there. Bring the nubbity nub, or the nipple as it might be tonight, into the size of roughly where the finial is going to go, so it doesn't matter if that bit's sanded once we part it off. Who does, sorry? All right, Billy, thank you. Say hi to the chickens for me. Right. There we go. So I'm going to go sand that top part now, and we'll put a little bit of finish on that. Again, we've got quite a good finish on it. There's no tear out on it. And the reason why I've got the plain U at the top is it just, in my mind, it gives it a nice transition to a finial. Good night, Tommy. Thanks so much for watching. All right, Daniel, thank you very much for joining. Now, I've taken my time with this because it's you, and because it's such a nice piece of wood. I don't want to waste it, so I want it to actually be a finished piece. So I'm going to be putting finials on this. Obviously, I probably won't have time to do it tonight, unless people want me to carry on. I will leave it up to the public. Yeah, I am gonna be continuing with it anyway this evening, so I might as well stay live, I suppose. Okie dokie. Sounds good to me. Scorching alive, scorching alive, scorching in my life, scorching in my life. This is Nick's favourite part. And I'm actually sanding a boob too, so that's a bonus. All right. Excellent. The public has spoken. There we go. Let's see how that looks. Yep, it's smooth. Right, we'll go in with a bit of sanding sealer to that part as well. In fact, we'll give the whole thing another coat, the whole lot of it another coat of sanding sealer, just to make sure that that burnt area is well sanded in there. Nick's getting a bit excited with the old sandy sanding. There we go. So that's sanding sealed the whole piece again. And what I'll do now is, once that's dried off, is I'll now put the abrasive paste over the whole thing. Hi Scott, another Scott. How are you? Very welcome. We are in the process of doing an art form in U. We've had all the U puns that are probably possible, but there's always place for more. All right, so like I said, I'm going to go in with the abrasive paste across the whole lot of it now. Now it will get into gaps and things like that, but I can clean it out. It does help to shine up the whole thing before we put oil on it. In fact, you know what? I'm not going to with this one because those cracks would be annoying. I'm just going to do the middle actually. I think the other piece is shiny enough. Once it gets the oil in it, it'll be fine. You. Hi, Chris, and hi. Sorry, who? Stace. Hi, Chris and Stace. Yes, I burnt their hecky thump out of it, Stace. All right, I think I'm happy with that. Yep, it's pretty. Yes, pretty. All right, so now all it needs to do now is I get the tool rest right in there, up as close as I can get it. I get my little 1/4 inch skew, and I'm just going to part off that tube or the nubbity nub. Not that fast, I'm not. I'll be very careful to just cut it in there. V cut. More speed. Not getting the cut that I want. Well, it's not done yet, Stace, so I've got to part this off without it. Yes, there is going to be a finial coming off. Use the force. I am using the skew. All right, so I think that is scored enough that when I take this off, it should just pop off. Yeah, there we go. It just needs a bit of a sandy sand on the top where the finial will go. But I can get that anyway. I'll get it with the skew. Actually, there's just a little bit that I got to just peel off. There we go. Now it's a pierced nipple, is it? Okie dokie. So there we go. That is now ready. I haven't put any oil on it yet, but that will now sit with a stand. And you can see the grain has all come out in. I'm not sure if the camera's picking up the texture. There's a couple of cracks in it there, which look cool. And where the piece broke off, I scorched all around the edge. Now that's going to sit, and it'll have its finial, and that is the splayed part in the center. Like I say, not everybody's taste. I like them. I just like the fact that they're different. We're going to put that over here, and we'll work on a base now. Looks like a surgery gone bad. Right, I have a piece somewhere that I had prepared. Where is it? Ah, here it is. This will do for the base. We are just going to go and put it between centers and then put a tenon on it. Let's change all my centers to the right ones. Hi Bailey, goodbye Chris. So I'm just going to guess center here. About there. Just eyeing up the center. It's good enough for me. All right, and we're just going to round this off, and then we're going to make a bit of a base for this. I might see if I can. Oh no, it's not. No, I won't be able to keep that look in the side of it. Roughing gouge, where is my roughing gouge? Roughing gouge, where is my roughing gouge? Roughing gouge, where is my roughing gouge? Where's my roughing gouge? Anybody see it? There it is. Found it. All right. Let's make this round. right, so we've got a bit of inclusion in the side of it. I wonder will I be able to keep that. No, it's going to be too wide of a base. So we'll bring it down a little bit more. It's a shame, it's a nice inclusion. There we go. All right, so I need a tenon on it because I need to put it into the chuck. My tenon is 50mm. There we go with the singe. And I just get the angle from my tenon just by twisting the parting tool just slightly. That's it. That'll do. Pop that into the chuck now. I've lost Leona. Hello. Did you hang up on me? That's okay. I thought, well, that's bloody nice. She hung up on me. Okay, so I'm going to pop this into here, bring my livestock up, just my tailstock, sorry, up, just so that I know that I'm center again. And we'll tighten that down. Just like so. And now we can work on this. I'm going to change my smaller tool rest so I can get in there tight. All right, so shape. Good night, banana dude. To start with, I need to know the size of the spindle that I'm going to put that's going to hold my flared part in. We know that that's a 10mm hole, so we're going to set the calipers to 10mm, and we're going to put a 10mm spindle just on the end. Let me just change camera angle for you. Excuse me. Take a drink. Would be handy. Handy cam. Right, I need my parting tool. Right, we're going to put a, like I say, we're going to put a little nubbity nub on the end. Clean this end up first. I'm actually going to change my live centers now to the point. So I've still got support, but I can get down to the size I need to go. There we go. Now I want this to be 10 mil. Getting windy outside. I feel like I'm on a boat again. Okay, that's our size there. Just a little nubbly nub and we can work to that. Alright, so now I need to decide what shape base I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with a similar shape that I had with the last one because I liked it. So I need to take the thickness of this down quite a lot. I'm just going to use, actually, do you know what? I use my my skew because I can peel cut that down quite aggressively. Bring that up a bit. Okay, a little bit more this end. I take it we've still got people watching. Oh. Hello? I don't know if the owner's still there or not. Right, so I'm going to put a large bead or a ball or sphere on the top of this where the domed part I've just made sits on it. So I want it about that diameter of the ball. So I'm just going to... Oh, you've gone very quiet, Leona. That's why I can't hear you. Good night, Jeff. Thank you very much. Maybe... Hold on. Maybe you've come out the earlug. That's better. Yeah, you fell out my earlug. My bad. So I'm going to get this down to roughly the same diameter all along. And then I want the same length, so that's about where I need to be, about there, so that I can start forming my ball. So about there. Right, so So about halfway is there. So now we're going to try and form a ball with the skew. No, I'm okay, thanks. I've got a Coke. Go. Alright, so now I need to get the tool rest here, and I need to get rid of some of this. And I need to form quite a nice shape, and I want a nice steady curve coming from the bottom of this sphere. Now bring this sphere all the way around. So I want it to come down to quite a thin hot point at the base. Just needs to come in here a little bit like this. Better. Good. Alright, now for a little transition, just put like a little night to who, sorry? Night, Carol and Ian, thanks so much for watching. I am probably going to finish this piece tonight, whether I'm on camera or not. I will put pictures up. Okay, so that's my ball. That's as thin as I'm going to go here. So now I want like a nice thin curve out to the base. So I'm going to start forming that now until it looks about right. And I'm just moving my body around in the curve that I want. I'm going to come nice and thin. So I'm going to follow that around. Uh-oh, I'm hearing giggles. Probably something to do with me moving my body around. Okay. Does look a bit like a pawn, as in chess piece. Alright, I kind of like that. I still think I want to go a bit thinner with this. Yes, that's better. Alright, that's the shape I want. I'll use my little small scraper. Darkman used to say his Hail Marys. Now that's the curve that I want. Very good. Right, now where's my little skew? Come over here, put a little detail here on the base. Alright, again with my little scraper. Cool. Alright, I'm happy with that. Find my base width, which is going to be quite thin. Go with about there. Alright, now before I go doing too much sanding, yeah, that's pretty. Just want to make sure that the top fits the stand and it looks how I want it to look. That pops on there nice. And that's how that's going to look, like that. Oh, bless you. I wanted to make the ball quite big that it shows when you are looking through the bit that broke off. It looks kind of cool. I like that shape. I think that's going to look okie dokie. So that will be that. We'll give that a quick sandy sand. Thanks everybody. I'll put the hoover on again. It's it looks like a Russian doll, did you say? Oh, the Russian doll. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I get it. Cool. Oh, Leona's just been inspired by you, Eva. Yeah, it was not a bad sphere considering it was by eye. Yes, Dark. Anything you say, Dark. I'm too scared to disagree. Now, the one thing I did learn from looking at Cindy's work is that all the curves that she does are all sweet, nice, sweet, gentle curves. And it really does make a difference. When I used to do curves and coves and beads and stuff like that, I used to do them a little bit too sharp. It's hard to explain, but there was no real flow with them. I just noticed with hers, it just makes it look that little bit more delicate. The gas I have here is propane, I believe. I'm not sure which lighter fuel this is. Yeah, it's propane, that one. Lovely. No, no. I was saying that I was actually saying it was lovely. I wasn't saying oh lovely because you went in my ear. Oh dear. Yay, fairy lights. I was really, really angry today. I was really grumpy. I was 3/4 of an hour on the phone to Sky TV. And all I wanted to do was get my Sky package reduced down to the minimum payment for now because I haven't got much income coming in. I wanted to reduce the payments each month for Sky. And they just can't take, can you reduce the payment as an answer? It's just, oh, we can do this deal for you, and we can do this deal for you, and we can do. I don't want a deal. I just don't want to pay much money, please. Like, all the deals you're giving me are still around about what I'm paying. Yeah, they might be salespeople, but I didn't phone sales, I phoned customer service. Yeah, exactly. Anyway, I got it sorted. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I mean, we've literally only got the TV because the kids are at home, they're in lockdown. You know, they go out as much as they can, but the weather isn't brilliant here at the moment. And to be honest with you, I'd rather they sit and watch a movie or something like that, or a documentary or anything like that, than play games on the tablets all day. They do their schoolwork, and then they can have a little bit of TV, a little bit of tablet time. Everyone's happy. Bob Chanelli's Winkle. Oh, there you go. It's lovely, that is. It's lovely. No, I don't bother with Netflix anymore. Like, the thing is with Netflix is, I don't know what's wrong with Netflix, to be honest with you. I was going to make something up, but we just haven't really bothered with it. The other kids have Netflix. They have their own accounts. You know, the older ones, the adult kids, they have their own Netflix accounts and stuff like that. And so I just don't watch telly myself. They're pretty. So I'm not scorching this. You'll all be pleased to know. Leave the base plain. The finial from the top will have some scorching, just blended in as a transition from the bottom up. Oh, doggy dreams. No. Ruby, Leona's ickle pooch is having doggy dreams. Leona seems to think that she's dreaming of running through fields, and I probably think that she's probably dreaming about something else, seeing as though she's a lonely puppy and doesn't have it. Leave my dog alone. Cool. Again, this is not getting any finish on it. I'll just abrasive paste and leave it, and the whole thing will be oiled afterwards. Lovely. That's the base. Just part it off. There we go. Just take the nubbity nub off. Keeping the fingers well away from the skew blade. We don't need a trip to the hospital this evening or this morning. There we go. There's the base. Oh, wrong camera. I'll change cameras. There we go. So that's how that looks. And I've made that knob so it just sits halfway into the top hole. So now we'll quickly, if everybody is still up for it, I can turn. I have a finial. I have a piece of yew left over from the last one I did here, so I can do the finial quickly. Well, not too quickly because I'm just not a quick wood turner. Everyone knows that. Who needs to be quick though? There we go. Right, finial time. Let's get this right down to a titchy end. Alright, and we'll do some reduction on the rest of it. Do. Oh, there it is. Uh-oh. She's laughing again. Can never be good. Orville, you are my very best friend. I'm gonna help you mend your broken heart. Orville the duck. Everyone loved Orville. I have no idea what the Orville show was. I've never heard of it. Have I got the wrong camera? I have. Alright. It's just for my little quarter skew that I'm using to do this. I actually found out the other day that it's an absolutely awesome tool for doing finials. Not much talking, sorry folks. I'm very quiet when I do delicate skew stuff. Excuse me. Hi Joe, very welcome. I'm kind of on the final stretch of this live now. I'm just working on a finial for an art piece that I've been working on. Alright, so now I need to do this. I'm sure that I think that's dainty enough. I need to take a little bit more. Take a little bit out the middle, I think. Sorry, I am covering up the camera, folks, but I'm just supporting the finial with the back of my hand as I reduce the thickness of this, because it just seemed to just a little bit bulky for what I wanted. Just wasn't happy with it. I wanted it to kind of curve out, not just be like a straight stick. Yeah, that's better. Ow, hot, 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 hot. Ow, friction, friction, hot. Ow, ow, ow. Stay with it, stay with the cut. Woo, that's warm. Right. Lots of concentration going on here, sorry folks. Okay. This top bit, and then I'll be happy with the sandy needed in the middle there, but all in all, much better shape than just the old straight stick that I did have there. It's better. Right, sanding will get the rest of that. Now, I need to decide what size I'm going on the top of it. Where did I put me do flop a ding dong? There it is. Need to go about that big. I'm going to go about 20 mil. Cool. A bit. Night, Stephen. Thanks a million for sticking in for so long. I know it's been a long one, but like I say, I'd be here anyway, finishing this evening. So why not share it with whoever wants to stick around and watch. That's good. Alright. So now I need to decide where my base is going to be. I'm going to cut it probably around about there. It's going to be about that thick. So now I need to just curve that all the way up to get my skew right in there. And now I need to just form a nice. Whee! That's a little tight, but I'm messing it up now. Just getting the bulk wood at the moment. So, there's a gouge. Down a bit. Alright, so now we're going to go. Thank you. Right, now this is the dodgy bit. Try and form around just there. That's good. Good. There's my little is. Cool. Button tool. Alright, I think I'm happy with that. Just need to sandy sand just for a bit of refining there. It's a little bit bumpy just because I was having a bit of wobble in it. But we'll get it sanded up. Keep the high speed on it and the sandpaper will just act as a refining tool. Like I say, U seems to really sand nicely. Good night, Scott. Thanks a million for staying and watching. Been a long one, I know, but thanks a million. Have a good day at work. Yeah, Joseph, I've done that quite a lot. I've done it with the shavings as well. By using the shavings, the burnishing does give a nice finish. No, you can. The oils in your fingers. There's a lot of professionals do it. No, not really. See you, Steve C. Thank you very much for joining. Just a little mark there that I must have got with the skew. It's gone now. Now, I think I'm happy with that. We'll go with the final papier. Okay, that's good. Yay. Got it. Okay, that's cool. Right, now, Bernie. Where did I leave my Bernie burner? I have it. So all I'm going to do now is I'm just going to scorch the bottom so it just barely black, just in certain areas. Just at the base, around the very edge where it transitions. Just a little bit up on the bead. I'll be sanding this back, well, rubbing it back. And then just on the base of my final bead as it comes around there. Right. Now, I'm not going to sand it, I'm just going to use the tissue to rub that away. And blend it in. Like I say, it's just colouring. It doesn't look much when it's just burnt like that, but as soon as I put the sanding sealer in it, it'll make it pop. Just a little tiny bit this side where it just missed it. That's it. Okay, that'll do with the burning. Alright, now some sanding sealer. You'll see it kind of gives it that deep, rich, cool look. And it all blends in. The end of my finial got a bit of a flaky flake, is it? No, it hasn't. I thought it peeled off, but just a bit of shavings. There you go. The sanding sealer makes it darken up. Really gives it makes it pop. Now we'll let that dry off. We'll put some braided paste over the whole lot of it, the burnt part as well. Blend it all in, and then we've just got to turn the nubbly nub down to 10mm so it pops in the top. Have we still got anybody watching? Wow. Thank you very much for sticking in there, folks. And again, this will get oil with the rest of it. We're just going to put, and that's why we use tissue and not cloth. Yeah, we're just going to be doing the abrasive paste, and then we'll put oil on it, on the whole thing. Yeah, wood finials are way easier than crappy resin. Well, that I found out that that last one wasn't actually resin. It was, yeah, I can't remember what it's called. It was a horrible form of resin to turn, apparently. There we go. That's that. And now we need to set our calipers to 10mm again. And turn down our nubbity nub. A zebra scorch pattern up the finial. Yeah, not for this one, Joseph, because I don't think it would match in with the rest. I just wanted a slight transition from clear U, plain U, to scorched again, and then to plain again. Freaking the dog out, man. There we go. One Finial. Cut the nubbity nub off. Poor doggy. Squeaky squeak. Here's an interesting. Here's a interesting fact about squeaky toys and dogs. Do you know why dogs like the sound of a squeaky toy? Because in their wild instincts, it reminds them of the sound of a dying animal when they're killing it. There we go. I'm going to sit here on the other camera. I'm going to stick this together, and then I shall show you the finished product. Obviously, it's still got to get oil, but you don't want to see me covering the whole thing in oil. Where's my glue? There it is. Where's my squirty squirt? I'll put that over here too. Let's sit here. Hello. You're very welcome. I'm full of interesting facts, and if you want more, you should watch the Rob and Steve show on Wednesday evenings at 9:30, where myself and Rob Summerlin get together and just talk general chitty chat and wood turning and stuff. Okay. Right. So first of all, get rid of that paste off the bottom of there. Otherwise, that's never going to glue. Cool. Right. So first of all, let me move this down here a little bit so you can kind of see what I'm doing. Put some glue around this nubbity nub. Boing! And give a little squirty squirt. And we're going to pop that on there like so. We're going to hold that in place. It's got that already. All right. And then we're going to put some glue on this. And the good thing about having the little nubbly nubs both on the base sticking through and on the finial is that they both join and it forms a nice bond between all three parts. Do you know what? I think I will just rub a little, just one coat of oil on this, just so you can get the full effect of the black. I may as well show you the completed thing. So why not? It's just mineral oil that I'm putting onto it. Wow, chicken, wow is right. A cute witch? Oh, bandsaw. Yeah, that's my baby. That's my baby bandsaw. Baby bandsaw, baby bandsaw. Mommy bandsaw, do 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 do. Mommy bandsaw, do 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 do. Mommy bandsaw, do 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 do. Mommy. Oh dear. No. I like an oil finish. I think it just gives that natural look to a piece. Doesn't make it too shiny and plasticky looking. It just makes it look. I've just got to sand that bottom. There's just a tiny little bit that needs sanding on the very base of it, but I'm not worried about that tonight. I can finish that. The brown scorching makes it look cool underneath. See where the black kind of comes and blends into where I finished it. That's why I polished it first before I scorched it. Thanks everybody. I'm just going to dry it off now with a dry piece of cloth, and that's it. What will happen is that oil will soak into it, and it will dry up, and then I'll add probably 1 or 2 more. It's quite thin, so it won't take too much. Add a couple more coats into it, and that'll be it. Once it's full, it will stay shiny. Ruby sees dead people. That's just freak Leona out now. The dog sees dead people. There you go, folks. So that is the finished piece. Let me get there's a white box here that I can put behind it. There you go. That'll give you an idea of what it looks like. That's the finished piece. You can see the ball underneath, and then the whole thing, and you can see where the black kind of transitions from the top on the finial and goes up back into the natural hue again. That's kind of, it's my look on, my kind of take on Cindy's designs, but I kind of gone with the burnt look. I kind of really like it, and it doesn't, like I say, it doesn't matter if the edges break off and chip, because when you burn it, it just blends the whole thing in. There you go. That's it, folks. I actually finished a piece on a live. Wow, what's wrong with me? Am I feeling all right? I'll put that up there. So that's it, folks. Thank you very much for joining me. You're all flip heck awesome. We're ready to check for unwanted cookies and trackers, apparently. Thanks, McAfee. Yes. So cheers, everyone. Thanks, everybody, for watching. 3.5 hours live. Wow. 3.5 hours, actually, for an art piece isn't a bad time. You know, you need to take your time if you're going to make something look fancy. I could have rushed through it and it wouldn't have been sanded like I normally do, and it wouldn't have been finished, and it would have been thrown to the side, and I'd never finish it. No. Actually, the hollow form winged thing, this one that I was working on, I'm actually going to scorch this as well and play with fire and stuff on this, because I think it would look good if I burn the whole wing. So I'm going to play with that, and that will probably become part of that collection of art forms. But that's it. Thank you very much, everybody. You're all awesome. Thanks very much to all my nanas. For the people that I've missed out on the do you know what, I really thought on the welcome screen, I actually thought that I had it. I thought I had everybody on it. 1 second now. 1 second now. 1 second. I'm sure I put Nick and Adam on one that I updated. Ooh. I've put the wrong. Aha, you see? Hey, look here, look. I will prove. I'll prove that I did, just so that you know I didn't miss you out on purpose. I've actually put the wrong one up. Let me add this in here, and I'll show you. Just yeah. There you go. Look, Nick and Adam are there with Hobby. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 33. That's right. Yeah. I'm really sorry about that. I should have had that up there, and I just had the wrong one up. It was probably up from last week, and I just didn't put it up properly. But there you go. I did have it made. Nick and Adam, I had it adjusted. So I'll just leave it there just for a couple of seconds for the end of the video. And then I can just direct Nick and those. I didn't leave people out on purpose. I don't do that. It was just a technical issue. There you go. So thanks very much, everybody. I'm going to say good night. And this week I'm going to get me fork and banana because I didn't do it last week, and Eva actually said it and I didn't do it. So there you go. There's me fork and banana. What are we, folks? We're fork and bananas. Thanks, everybody. You're all awesome. Thank you, Leona. You're brilliant for being my earworm. And I'll see you all again on Sunday for the Banana Live. So if you're not in the Banana Club, join up and come and see what antics we get up to on our private live on Sunday. All right, guys, thanks very much. Bye. Fucking bananas.